Hello and welcome to Sam's on Wrestling, our Hall of Fame. This is the series where we will give our, not necessarily favourite, but moments, matches and segments, and we will put them into our Sam's on Wrestling Hall of Fame, where it will stay forever. Essentially, it's almost like a museum. They will never go away. They will be recorded so we can remember them for the rest of time. We will be doing one each. I am your host today. I am Sam. And I am joined by Baby Sam. How are you doing?
Well, I've scrubbed up very well.
You do. You look good. Yes, you look absolutely fantastic.
My best attire.
You've always got to look good for the Hall of Fame.
Oh, absolutely.
Obviously. You've always got to look good for the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
So before we get into our new picks for the Hall of Fame, just after WrestleMania is finished, WrestleMania has just gone by, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe and tell us what Hall of Fame matches, moments and segments you will put in. Don't forget, you can we're doing one once a month, so you can do one multiple times. You can do a new one, a new match. It doesn't have to be your best. Remember, also it doesn't have to be the best. Just to make that clear, I want to put in Triple H versus Scott Steiner.
Oh, so nice. It's getting some rivalry today.
Let's find out what we're going to be putting in to our Hall of Fame. Sam, what match would you like to add to the Hall of Fame? You look ready and raring.
Oh, I'm so happy. You know what? You set a precedent once you put Triple H and Scott Steiner. You decided we're not taking this seriously anymore.
I took it seriously. I love that match so much.
There is a reason that this is here. It's not because of what happened to the ring. I want to take you back, so I want to paint you a picture.
Okay.
The night after WrestleMania 29. You're thinking Dolph's cash-in. No.
Ah, right, yes.
No.
Okay.
It's not in there. Randy Orton versus Sheamus. When the crowd turn on it, and this is before crowds become intolerable when they do this stuff, they decided they were going to single-handedly make this match entertaining. Randy Orton's got Sheamus in a headlock, and they are chanting Michael Cole.
Oh my gosh, that is glorious. The first time really that a crowd took over the night.
Yes.
It feels like.
And this one you can justify it because who cares about Randy Orton versus Sheamus? When you start,
the time frame.
Of course. I'd love it now, actually.
I'd love it now.
Yeah, but when it's during a segment we actually want to watch and you're trying to be marks and make it about yourself, don't like that. This was hilarious.
Because it was the first time,
No, because Sam, the best part, trust me, there's loads of good parts about it. They do CM Punk chants and all that stuff, but they chant RVD, they chant everyone, they chant all the commentators, they chant for the referee's name, and the referee's like, yeah. And the match still carries on. Eventually, of course, Big Show comes down to cause a DQ because he's just had his heel turn.
Yeah.
Of course he has. And so Big Show, because he's like beats up Randy Orton and Sheamus, and they go, "Thank you, Big Show." It's just goddamn hilarious. But he gets one of the commentary chairs and tries to throw it in the ring to show how cross he is. And he can't get it in.
God,
and they go, "Way, you can't get it in."
Oh my God.
And they go, what's it? One more time. One more chair. And he's Big Show's doing his big serious face, like trying not to laugh. Yeah. And they sabotage it, and it's glorious, and I love it.
This night was so big that people on YouTube actually they cut clips of every chant this crowd did because it was so, like, we probably hate it now. Crowds making about 7, ransacking it all a lot, but also people were sick of the wrestling that was happening at the time.
It's perfect when it was going on. So yes, if they did it now when it was during a good segment, I'd go shut up and get involved. But no, WWE was just continuously jamming the same stuff. They thought, you know what, let's do something really good for 2013. Let's go really move forward with the company. Let's have a Randy Orton Sheamus match randomly, and let's have a heel Big Show cause a DQ with Randy Orton and Sheamus in 2013. The crowd are going to love it.
The thing is, Big Show hadn't really turned heel. They kind of formed a tag team to take on the Shield. He was already kind of a heel anyway.
Oh no, he turned face to face the Shield and then turned heel again just to get those in. But people were sick of it, so it was perfect. And even, the commentators back then, when the crowd weren't really going along with it, like the Boo Roman Reigns, they'd try and pretend it wasn't. They almost you went through like the 5 stages of grief. You went through denial, you went through bargaining, you went, oh, it's a wild crowd here after WrestleMania. And then they just went to acceptance and embraced it.
Michael had to acknowledge that they were chanting his name.
Guys, they're chanting my name, and they stopped paying attention to the match. It's glorious.
Do you know what?
Beautiful.
That was a great night.
It was great, but not because of the match that I'm putting in there. No. Because of everything around it.
You're absolutely right. It's going in. I'm absolutely happy.
It's the spirit. We've just passed WrestleMania. I thought night after WrestleMania.
You're absolutely right. So the first match that we're putting into the Hall of Fame is technically Sheamus versus Randy Orton the night after WrestleMania 29.
In a non-finish. Now, Sam, what have you gone with your match that you'd like to
I'm
indulge?
glad that I picked a match that was a bit more serious. I'm glad, because if I'd have gone to Scott Steiner and Triple H again, I'm not the night after WrestleMania. I'm very close afterwards. And we talked about this a couple of videos ago in the brackets with John Cena. And I went, do you know what? I'm going to watch this match back and properly enjoy it. And do you know what? It's still phenomenal. It's the 1 hour UK match with John Cena and Shawn Michaels on Raw. And it needs to be watched more because there was problems. Like Randy Orton or Edge, one of them didn't make it because that was not meant to main event anyway, but it looked like it was going to be the main event. And then they didn't turn up. They went, you're going to have to go an hour. This was either the night before. They said they had to go an hour because Cena told to stop drinking with Flair. Because he might have to go an hour.
Yeah.
The match is brilliant. Michaels wins.
Yeah,
which is great. Those two had really good chemistry. For Cena, who wasn't a great worker at the time, how they went an hour and kept the crowd captivated, hot, not bored. Because it was a weird one. Watching the match, you're a UK fan as well, so the UK crowd are going to be hot anyway. No one's expecting this to go an hour. Sometimes you go, this is going to be an half-hour match, or this one could go long. No one ever expects a match to go an hour outside of an Iron Man.
No, because they were 2 hour Raws then.
Yeah.
This is half the blooming show.
Yeah, it really was. And it just kept going and going. And it was one of the ones where you're going, are they going to keep going? And that's why it was really exciting, because it just, you were there going, how are you going to end this? When are you going to end this? And remember, they did say that Randy Orton Edge was going to happen on the night. And then just didn't happen. False advertising.
Interesting that they would have had Cena Shawn not the main event and Orton Edge, or
No,
they have had Edge and Orton before.
I think I don't
they've
know.
had to go out early.
I think they were going, you might have to play an hour. We don't know if they're going to turn up. There's Scott. I don't know about it. I can't bother to research it.
No.
But yeah, that's mine. And I think after watching the Cena brackets we did and realising there's just 32 bangers, I went, this match we talked about, but my memory was hazy for it. So I went, I'm going to go back and watch it and go and find it. Honestly, it's Cena's best match up until that point.
I love that the UK crowd got that treat as well.
They did.
Back in the day, UK fans didn't get much.
They got nothing.
Exactly. We're blessed with pay-per-views now, but I love that they got that match.
Yeah. So I'm going to add it to our Hall of Fame, the 1 hour Raw match just after WrestleMania 23 between John Cena and Shawn Michaels. Sam, which moment would you like to add into the Hall of Fame?
This is before my time, but I care not.
Ah.
This is one of the funniest things I've seen. I've watched it on YouTube, and I just love this moment. The Rock has just won the WWE Championship.
Mm-hmm.
He is in the ring with Mick Foley, who's just become the commissioner.
Ah, yes.
And Mick Foley asks The Rock, you're the champion again, you're 23 years old, however old he is, you're a 3-time champion. How does that make you feel? And The Rock goes, well, The Rock, and then Mick goes, it doesn't matter how it makes you feel. And it's not even that, it's the celebration. He goes, yeah, and the crowd go mental, and he goes around the ring, go, Foley, Foley. The crowd are chatting.
Oh.
They're fully into it. They go absolutely berserk for a sentence.
Yeah, because you could have put the segment, but in reality, it's just that sentence that matters. That had no right to be that funny. And then it had no right to be funnier by Foley going and celebrating and the crowd being delighted
The Rock
by
starts
it.
laughing. The Rock's trying to be serious, and he kind of goes like that.
It makes you wonder if they planned it or not, because my brain says that those two
Back
don't
then,
plan a lot.
Wild West, they're bad.
I know Brian Gewirtz just writes everything for The Rock, so who knows, but it's a really interesting... That is really, really random. I'm trying to picture when that is, actually.
2000, it's the summer of 2000.
He gets fired as commissioner just before the WrestleMania 17. So he's fired then because people like Regal are not fired commissioner. So I think he must be at the back end of 2000 because he becomes the referee in the 17 match because he has it in his contract that he can do that type of thing, and he picks the Vince and Shane match.
Oh, you mean the 15 match?
Yeah,
oh, no, 17. Yeah, you're right.
No, he reps in 15 as well.
No, that's what I thought you meant. Yeah.
Foley reps a lot, guys.
Yeah.
That is such a great little moment.
It's lovely. And it makes me smile whenever I watch it.
There's hardly much more to talk about it. It's just so stupid. And this is what I mean by doing what you want, having a bit of fun, making people laugh, and also having catchphrases and having moments that you can use. Yeah, that's great. I love it. We're going to add it to the Hall of Fame. Foley doing the Rock's It Doesn't Matter on The Rock around 2000.
Now, Sam, what have you gone with for your moment that you want to induct into our Hall of Fame?
It's so weird. I've gone for the more serious moments,
You
and
really
you've
have,
gone for
yeah.
more the real funny ones.
Yeah.
We've done a bit of a switcheroo because I've got another more real one. The night after WrestleMania, I'm going with Brock Lesnar's re-debut, his return.
Oh.
It's very short. It's not a segment because reality, he debuts, comes out, F5, see you later.
Kicks his cap.
The crowd knew. The crowd were ready. The crowd wanted it. He come out, did the F5. It just made Cena's thing with The Rock just, we'll forget about that.
Pretty much.
That didn't happen. That return, it felt like the first time that wrestling was going to do something big.
Yeah.
Even though the Rock thing had happened, because it'd been happening over a longer period of time. It'd been 3 years, and that was it. Everything else. That felt like a big deal. That brought eyes with the Rock thing happening. It felt like, we're going to continue the momentum.
That changed the tone of the company, even though it wasn't around too often. I loved that return. I hadn't seen Brock probably. I'd heard of Brock. I was an avid viewer at this point, and I knew of him. And the fact that he'd gone to the UFC and become a bigger star than he was even in WWE. Heavyweight champion in UFC is not a joke.
Well, he was the reason that UFC, let's be honest, became as big and popular as it was. You can tell me it wasn't, but him and Ronda are really two of the reasons that became something that people wanted to watch, because he proved that he could do it.
Absolutely.
Didn't like to be punched in the face, but he could prove he could do it.
He could do it. And I remember him coming back and being so excited because I knew that he was massive. I'd seen his matches with Taker and stuff, but I'm like, this is Brock. I get to see Brock now. And it was that. And his run, you never would have thought when he came back in 2012 that he'd last, 11 years?
Yeah.
And have this incredible run.
Technically still going. Technically still signed as far as I'm aware.
Exactly. No, I absolutely agree. And the pop was... I hadn't seen a pop like that in WWE for years
enormous.
At that point.
Yeah.
You didn't get pops like that back in the day.
No, you didn't.
Back in when I was watching.
I mean, it was a night of WrestleMania, and it was WrestleMania 28, one after that, so they did have a really, really hot crowd, but it was the right time to could you imagine me return at WrestleMania, though? That would,
What, at the end of the main event?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it could have been then either. It would have been great. Anything like that would have been... Could have really made it even more of a bigger moment, but yeah, for me, it was just such a incredible moment that I think people have forgotten how big it actually was, because when you can get such a pop when people know it's going to be you, the problem is they left it too long, because Cena was just like in the ring for ages. I would have had the noise just cut Cena off, because he was trying to get The Rock, wasn't he? I want The Rock to come out, and then I would have just had it cut off. But anyway, genuinely, wow. What a return. Yeah. And let's be honest, in the grand scheme of things, he's had a great run in WWE.
Brilliant.
Lots of misses, lots of times where he clearly stopped caring or stopped trying, but I think he's probably batting about 40% amazing. Oh yeah. I would say, and 60% lazy, which sounds wrong, but when the 40% is so amazing, you kind of go, yeah, fair enough, whatever. So we're going to put it into the Hall of Fame. Brock's return the night after WrestleMania 28. Sam, what segment would you like to add into the Hall of Fame?
All right, I'm going a little bit more serious now.
You got more serious.
The Miz talking smack.
Really? Yeah, about time. This is a Hall of Fame worthy thing.
And I absolutely
can't believe you're taking it off me, you bastard.
No, I do apologise. Well, you didn't get there soon enough. I adored this. I remember, so I was watching it very regularly.
I didn't know Miz had this in him.
No, I didn't. And I think that's what surprised everyone. And then suddenly everyone realised how good Miz was again. I saw this the morning after on YouTube.
Everyone's like the morning
after. Yeah, I just saw that, okay, Miz has cut this promo. Okay, I'll just watch this. And then you go, oh my goodness, because of how real it was.
And Brian is genuine pissed off.
Yeah,
Brian,
that's what's brilliant about it.
Brian is genuinely annoyed.
That's what's brilliant about it. I think it benefited so much from the fact that it was just in the corner. Vince didn't care, just didn't know it was on, was probably going to the gym after SmackDown probably. And it had no real structure, and this just organically came out of nowhere. Because not being funny, what Brian said, even though, yes, kayfabe Miz is a cowardly wrestler, I can understand why Miz was annoyed.
Yeah,
because I think it's quite arrogant of Brian to say, actually, in front of everyone, that the fact he wrestles like a coward. And I get that, obviously, it's Miz, so it's the character, and I understand.
He was essentially calling Miz a rubbish wrestler.
He was. In kayfabe speak, he was calling him a bad wrestler. Yeah. So I actually really respect the fact that Miz actually defended himself, and he was already really annoyed that he is the IC champion, had been put on that show when they'd unveiled all these new championships, and he didn't get put on the show. He was really frustrated, and it's lightning in a bottle. Sometimes you have that Becky moment, Nia Jax, you have the Austin 316, you have that lightning in a bottle.
They didn't use it.
Not
They
as
didn't
much as they
use
should
it.
have. He should have been WWE champion in the late 2010s. He really should have been.
Yeah.
But this moment was fantastic. It's the best promo of the year. People liken it to the pipe bomb promo. It's that level.
It's not.
It's not, but it's in that level of conversation.
I think what makes it special is it was on a nothing show, which I think people enjoyed, by the way. They did enjoy the talking smack, and this is probably the upper version of it. It's the fact that it came from The Miz, the fact that it felt really real, it's the fact that it was real, and I think that's what made it something. And you look at that and you go, they put it on SmackDown, I think, the next week. They showed the if you've done something off camera, off main TV cameras, and they then put it on the show the week after, you've done something really special. And I think they missed the boat.
Yeah.
I really think they missed the boat.
Yeah, Miz should have been world champion.
Not necessarily world champion,
should
but
have been.
into the main events and pushed a bit more further and let him just speak, just be a bit more real. I hate the fact that The Miz is kind of a cowardly heel now. I like him speaking real. I would rather they just... The problem is no one believes Miz is a wrestler is the problem. So he can't back up that type of promo with the in-ring.
I think he still can if he's kind of cowardly, but he's clever and he's smart.
The problem is, when he was a babyface, he did do that work and it died a death in-ring anyway.
Yeah, no,
he beat Sanity in a 3-on-1 Anywhere Falls match. It was really bad.
But I wouldn't have had him as a babyface, a heel that you can see his point, but he's still a heel.
Yeah, I think it's the in-ring that's cost him, but that talking smack moment was awesome. And if you've never seen it, go and watch it. It's a fabulous promo, and it's definitely Hall of Fame worthy. So it's going in. We're talking Miz's promo from the Talking Smack show.
All right, Sam, last but not least, what is the segment that you want to put into our Hall of Fame?
My segment's a bit of a cheat because it's actually technically a match.
Okay.
It's technically a match, but it's everything that kind of happens slightly before it, everything that kind of slightly happens after it, and the match is included. And you know what, Sam? You have already added this crowd into the Hall of Fame, so I'm going to add the main moment from the show into the Hall of Fame to beat you to it. It's Dolph Ziggler's cash in.
Did you were you a bit scared when I said...
I was absolutely terrified that you were going to put in as a moment or as a match. I was like, don't you dare. But yes, I know it's a match, but the match doesn't matter. It's the whole segment. It's the Del Rio's on the floor from the attack with his ankle. Then the music, whoa, 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 from Michael. The crowd go ballistic. Then they have the match. He looks like he's going to lose, which is actually one of the best cash-ins because it looked like jeopardy. He then does the angle, really clever, zigzag, whatever it is, wins the match, and then the explosion. I could have put this in match, moment, or segment.
Yes.
That's how good this is because the moment he wins it is incredible, or the moment he cheers is incredible. This match you could have put in just generally, but I'm going to go with the entirety of the segment from Jack Swagger attacking... Del Rio, all the way, with a match involved, admittedly. That's why I'm putting it in. It's a bit of a cheat, but you get why I've done the cheat.
I understand.
I think a cash-in is very rarely a match, if you know what I mean.
It's like a set piece.
It is. Set piece is a very good way of description.
It is.
It's arguably, I think there are 3 cash-ins that are regarded as the best cash-ins. People keep saying that Damian Priest is fine. it's okay.
It's more about Punk and Drew than it is.
Yeah, Damian Priest is the
tertiary character,
the dessert to a really good little story. You go, you've screwed over Drew. Lol. If you include it all together, then yes, okay. If you include it all together, like I did with Swagger being up Del Rio, but let's be honest, there are 3 of the best cash-ins of all time: are Seth, Edge, and Dolph, and it changes every day which one you think's the best. No one, I don't think, has a number 1. I think you watch each one and you go, no, that is the best. But at this time, we wanted Dolph. He was awesome. He was over. He didn't make the most of it himself, in my eyes. People go, he didn't have the booking. I will talk about Dolph, why I don't think he made it in a round table episode, probably one day. But at the time, we just wanted Dolph. We wanted new main eventers. We were sick of Cena. We were sick of Orton. We were sick of Triple H. We were sick of The Rock even at this time. We were sick of it. Even Del Rio we were sick of. Big Show. Sheamus, we were sick of them. We wanted new. And Dolph, literally, it was so weird. They were chanting to ransack the show because they were sick of it. And then they got given Dolph. Yeah. And what a cash in. What a moment. What a match. What a segment. It's unbelievable. It's awesome.
Couldn't agree more.
And you would have got it in as well.
Yeah.
And you would have put it in as well.
Oh, absolutely.
So I wanted to get in before you.
That is absolutely
I've gone serious for the nights after WrestleMania, effectively.
You really have it. I respect it.
Yeah,
Respect
it's
it.
about
You've got some
time
very
I was a bit serious.
Good moments in there.
Yeah, I have to admit. So, can we put this in?
Most
Dolph
certainly.
Ziggler is cashing Money in the Bank to win the world title just after WrestleMania 29. Thank you for joining us on our Hall of Fame. This is our favourite series. We love talking about wrestling. We love reminiscing and we love talking about good things, even hilariously bad things, because that's what we like to do. Please put your Hall of Fames in. What do you think of ours? Has it gone back and made you maybe want to go watch some of these moment segments and matches? Thank you for joining us. I can't wait to do the Hall of Fame every month. It makes me really happy. And we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.